Chicago Cubs baseball on ABC7 is being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. By Lakeside Bank, personal customized banking. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. And by Chrysler, make the most of your summer with a brand new vehicle at the Chrysler Summer Clearance Event.
В 2010 году был учрежден, в общем, он как бы и существовал виртуально в принципе, но теперь существует действительно специальный приз, который называется Crosstown Cup, который получает победитель сезонной серии между этими двумя командами. Вообще, если историческое противостояние насчитывает уже более 100 матчей, и здесь счет в пользу White Sox, кстати, 57-51 по победам. Ну и вот уже вполне действительно реальный приз вручается с 2010 года. И на самом деле первые 3 раза, ну вот, кстати, мы видим здесь на Wrigley Field ничья 27-27, а вообще впереди White Sox в этом противостоянии. Ну и наибольшее количество побед Карлос Самбрано и Марк Бюрли одерживали во встречах именно двух чикагских команд. При этом ни один из нынешних питчеров обеих команд не имеет более 2 побед над соперником вот из этого же самого города. Так вот, в 2010, 2011 и 2012 годах White Sox выигрывали 4 матча из 6 и получали этот самый Crosstown Cup. Затем 4-0 выиграли серию. 4 игры всего было в 2013 году Cubs и впервые отобрали у соперника. В 2014 году опять 4 матча команды проводили. White Sox выиграли 3 из них и вернули себе кубок. А вот в 2 последних сезонах команды делили победы 3-3 и 2-2 соответственно. Ну и как бы по умолчанию этот приз остается у White Sox. Ну а что касается сезона нынешнего, то впервые команды встречаются. И вот какие результаты у ведущих игроков Cubs после матча звезд. Ну, видите, сумасшедшее, конечно, нападение, да. Вот они тут заработали на всех в 5, 33 RBI, а бьют Байес вообще за 40%, Брайант под 40%. Это при том, что у Криса Брайанта была травма недавно, он чуть палец не сломал, когда пытаясь на 3-ю базу добраться в матче с Атлантой это было, он нырял туда головой вперед и руками, соответственно, вперед. И вот левой рукой пытался дотянуться до базы и воткнулся в ногу, ну, в обувь своего соперника, да, и как-то мизинец там повредил. Было у него подозрение даже на перелом, но все в порядке, и только 1 день, а только 1 матч Крис Брайант пропустил, а затем вот в серии против Сент-Луис Кардиналс вернулся обратно. Вот, кстати, тот самый матч, который не играл Крис Брайант, вот там потерпели крупное поражение. Капс, ну, оно было единственным у них в последних 3 сериях, в последних 9 играх. И повторю, вот сегодня впервые, на самом деле, Капс в ранге лидера дивизиона выходят на поле. Ну, правда, делят они лидерство с Милуоки, но у Милуоки как раз совершенно обратная динамика. Сейчас команда очень много проигрывает. И вот отрыв, который был в начале июля еще у Брюерс, они упустили. White Sox пока выступают неудачно в этом сезоне. Они последние в американской лиге. Ну и за несколько лет у них самая длинная серия из 9 поражений подряд. Из них 8 случилось после уже матча звезд. То есть вот с того момента они вообще еще ни разу не выигрывали. Мелки Кабрера, который в последних 7 играх бьет 44%, но это команде совершенно не помогает. Он вообще выдающийся тут матч провел в субботу, когда выбил 4 из 4, когда сделал свой 13-й хоумран, выбил дабл, 2 RBI заработал, но это вообще все так поняли, что хочет быть обмененным Мелки Кабрера и показывает, как же вот он умеет играть. Он будет свободным агентом в конце сезона. Ну, правда, зарплата у него 15 миллионов в сезоне нынешнем. И вот это будет, конечно, тоже отдельным предметом торга, если White Sox все-таки решат его обменять. То есть, скорее всего, тогда им придется часть зарплаты самим платить вот этому игроку. Ну,
Felix Pena sent back to AAA Iowa to accommodate Hendricks' return. Angel Hernandez will work the plate. Lance Barksdale at first. Chicago native John Tumpane at second, and Ted Barrett, the crew chief, is over at third. And let's get JD's much anticipated Mercedes-Benz keys.
Well, a control freak, that refers to Hendricks, and just a question of whether he'll be rusty in terms of the command. Windy City, wind blowing in today. That might help Gonzalez, who's more of a fly ball type pitcher. And run, Forrest, run. The catcher Kevin Smith of the White Sox has been very vulnerable to the running game, so maybe the Cubs will be looking to steal a bag or two here today.
There's a strike, and it's 1-1 on Melky Cabrera. Due to be a free agent after the season, so you know he has to be wondering if he will finish the year as a member of the White Sox. Final week of July, so this is always an important week around baseball in terms of trades. Trade season started a little early this summer. Cubs making the big Quintana deal right at the end of the All-Star break. Fouled back, and it's 3-2. Weather at first pitch is brought to you by Four Seasons Heating, air conditioning and plumbing for all the right reasons. Call 866 Four Seasons. The wind blowing directly in just over the center field scoreboard toward home plate. 71 degrees. Swing and miss. Good comeback by Hendricks for the strikeout.
Well, game plan obviously was to work away from Cabrera. They did so throughout the at-bat, get a swing and miss on 85 miles per hour. That's pretty much where Hendricks will sit with his fastball. 85, 86. He'll sink it, he'll cut it. Outstanding changeup and a curveball.
22-year-old Yoan Moncada, fifth start with the White Sox. 8 games in his major league debut last year with Boston. He's a switch hitter. He signed with Boston as a free agent and got an international record. $31.5 million signing bonus from Cuba. And the top prospect, the consensus pick for the top prospect in the game.
Power, speed, switch hitter, good from both sides.
And he foul tips for strike 3. Yeah, they got him in the Chris Sale deal. And here he is.
Well, if you're going to trade Chris Sale, you better get a big-time prospect in return, and Moncada certainly is that, and that's the MO of Rick Hahn and the White Sox. They're loading up, stockpiling a lot of young talent.
And his fellow countryman Jose Abreu. Actually played together in Cuba for a bit, even though Abreu is much older, 30 years old. He's not old, he's just older than Moncada.
He's less young.
Probably wouldn't expect to see Hendricks get stretched too far today, and Joe hopes obviously he's efficient. Not sure if Wade Davis will be available after working each of the last 2 days.
I would be stunned to see Wade Davis in this ball game.
3-1 on Abreu. We have a lot of those shots this week. Cubs and Sox fans sitting together in the stands. Sometimes by design. Garcia on deck. I can't just say Garcia. Javi Garcia is on deck.
How many they got working these days? Leori's on the DL, right?
Yes. Only one.
Just one
right now. Well, they had 3 in the lineup.
They had an all Garcia outfield, didn't they?
They did. Willie, Leori, and Avisail. Three-two from Hendricks, and we'll try it again.
It's funny, Hendricks has such a good changeup. The reputation, you can tell by some of the swings that the White Sox hitters are having at the fastball. They're so conscious of the changeup. They're behind his fastball, and as I mentioned, it's only 85, 86 miles per hour. Doesn't throw hard, but it's effective.
That one smacked into center for a 2-out single. And here is the All-Star Garcia.
Went up a little bit, leaked back towards the middle of the plate.
And watch that first pitch to Garcia. He swings at that first pitch at a major league high rate of 48.4% of the time. When he puts that pitch in play, he bats .500. The major league average, do you know what it is? Batters swinging at the first pitch. Not the average.
The percentage of swing?
Yes.
I would say it's probably somewhere around 36%.
28.8. And he took the first pitch for a strike.
So a pretty good chance if he takes the first one, he's hacking at the second one. This club, they're not a patient bunch. They don't walk much. They're 14th in the American League in walks, 14th in home runs.
Under 4.5 runs per game, ranking 11th in the AL. That's up and in. And it's 1-2.
I mentioned on their 9-game losing streak, just 24 runs total, a .220 team batting average in that stretch.
Good to see former Cubs manager Ricky Renteria. He was the bench coach last year. And takes over this year for Robin Ventura as the White Sox manager. Second manager to run both Chicago teams. You know who the first was? I'm just doing all the trivia on you today. Johnny Evers was the other.
The player manager?
With the Cubs, he was in 1913 only, and then later back to the Cubs, and then 1924 with the White Sox. John Jay still drifting in with that pretty strong breeze coming in off Lake Michigan. 2-out single, no runs. Cubs bats against Miguel Gonzalez are coming up. The starting lineup, Jason Hayward in the leadoff spot for the third time in the last 4 days. Chris Bryant red hot here at Wrigley Field. Anthony Rizzo plays first, hits third. Wilson Contreras with the game-winning homer last night to beat the Cardinals. Schwarber hit a blast that had not landed yet. Zobrist at second. Lots of career at-bats against Gonzalez, the White Sox pitcher. Jay, Baez, and Hendricks will round it out. 33-year-old right-hander Miguel Gonzalez, and a first pitch strike.
4.9, 4.89 for Gonzalez. He's making his 15th start. He spent about a month on the disabled list.
Yeah, he's been a pretty frequent visitor to the DL. He's been on the disabled list every year since 2013. Previously, he was not active over the course of 2 seasons. 08 and 09 with a knee back and Tommy John surgery. A bouncer to the shortstop, Anderson. Off balance throw, and he gets Hayward. Let's check out the rest of the White Sox defensively.
You see Cabrera there in left, doesn't have great speed, a good accurate arm though. Engel does have tremendous speed. He's a very good defensive player. He's in center this afternoon. Garcia, big arm in right. Davidson third. Anderson has struggled, 22 errors most in the game. Moncada, the youngster, at second. Abreu's the first baseman. And we referenced Smith's throwing issues behind the plate. 34 steals, 1 caught. Smith back there. So Cubs maybe looking to do a little running. Gonzalez fastball, slider, curve, and a split change.
A strike on Bryant. Missed just 1 game with the sprained little finger on his left hand. 2 hits on Saturday, game tire, and scored the game-winning run. 2 more hits last night. This one handled by Gonzalez. A couple of ground ball outs, and it'll bring up Rizzo. So, because we're on Facebook today, if there's a really good play, do you have to kind of click like?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. To give a thumbs up.
Rizzo pulls it foul. We have 6 qualifying major league hitters with more walks than strikeouts. It's high. It's 1-1.
And Gonzalez doesn't strike out many, well below league average strikeout rate for Gonzalez. As a matter of fact, his strikeout to walk ratio is the 4th lowest in Major League Baseball.
Anthony just got hit, which is a fairly common occurrence.
He's either cut one in on his hands or throw a little bit of a 2-seamer that would leak back.
17 now this year.
No leakage.
It's also 2 in a row he got hit in the 8th inning last night by Tyler Lyons.
He's surging.
Speaking of surging, how about Wilson Contreras, game-winning 2-run homer. This place was up for grabs last night. Michael Wacha. Great catch by that young Cub fan. leads all National League catchers in home runs, trailing Salvador Perez for the Major League lead. Good stuff.
It's been a long, sustained run for Contreras.
Bobbled, and Moncada will recover just in time to make the play. After an inning, Sox and Cubs are scoreless.
Will come out and catch a game at Wrigley Field. Tickets are still available for games in August, especially for the Arizona and Cincinnati series. Visit Cubs.com for tickets today.
Huge crowd and a Monday matinee. We'll have another day game tomorrow for moving this series to the White Sox Park. Matt Davidson will lead it off. Ball one. So Kyle's issue was middle finger on his right hand. It was gripping the baseball. Kind of a strange injury.
Yeah, you just hope it's a one-off situation.
Foul.
You see a guy inflicted by something that's kind of out of the ordinary like that. You always worry, is that going to be a chronic issue that's going to creep up from time to time? But hopefully that is not the case. Dion mentioned it in the pregame, with the addition of Quintana in the trade and now Hendricks coming off the disabled list, a real chance to boost this rotation that has really turned a corner here last 10 days or so. Kind of an up and down ride for Kyle through his first 11 starts, an ERA of 4.09. This is a guy that led Major League Baseball in earned run average last year. So we've got to believe, if healthy, there's a lot of good work ahead for Mr. Hendricks.
Shortstop Anderson on deck. Oh, strike three.
Something Davidson does a lot. Strikeout rate better than 39%. That's the highest in Major League Baseball among hitters with at least 250 plate appearances. I think I just swallowed a gnat.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good. Thought I would share that with everybody.
It makes you human, and we like that. Anderson back in the lineup, sat out the last couple of days. It's been a rough season after signing a 6-year $25 million contract in spring training plus 2 club options. Has struggled on the field and has had to deal with the death of a very close friend earlier this season as well. 0-2 and bounce to third. That's Bryant backhanding, and he gets him.
Well, Hendricks pretty much doing what he always does. Efficient, quick, outstanding location.
Well, the center fielder, Engel. 3-run double yesterday. Struggling here lately overall. 148 in his previous 16 games. Pretty young group in terms of major league time. That is a fair ball. Diving stop. Bryant from a knee. The throw will be late. Engel has a 2-out infield hit.
And he's a threat to run. He's got tremendous speed. His Twitter handle is Man of Steel. You see the effort by Bryant. But even a slow-footed guy is likely to beat this one. Good try, though.
The 8 hitter, Kevin Smith, the catcher.
Five steals and 6 tries for Engel. Bunch of stolen bases throughout his career as a minor leaguer. I'm wondering if he and Kyle Schwarber ever hooked up on the football field. He's a little bit older than Kyle, but he's an outstanding prep football player in Ohio and was offered a scholarship to the University of Wisconsin.
That's a strike. Throw down there. Engel back in safely.
Smith, the hitter here, played a little college football. He was a quarterback at the University of Pittsburgh for a time, and then apparently they asked him to change positions. He didn't think that was a very good idea and made the commitment to baseball.
Floated into right, snapping the 0 for 16, and the throw to third is high. Good play by Bryant. And Hendricks was backing it up, but the 6'5" third baseman kept that ball potentially from going out of play, which would have allowed the White Sox to score a run.
Yeah, Hayward's got that big arm, and guys that can really throw like to show it off. I'm a little bit surprised, though, that he took this shot at Engel at third base. Didn't have a real legitimate shot at him, and could have turned into a cheap run for the White Sox.
So first and third, and it's the pitcher, Gonzalez.
This is the 4th career start for Kyle against the White Sox. 0-1 with a 4.76 last year.
Bryant charging, and the inning is over. So a couple of 2-out hits. No damage done. 0-0 early.